Hi, my name is Vanessa van Dijk. Now, Kenny used ordinary AHA-BHA peeling solution with their salicylic acid mask. Now, please do not use them together. Do not use them on top of each other. Do not use them after one another, because this can sooner or later lead to a damaged skin barrier where you can experience stinging and burning because your skin has become so sensitive that everything feels irritating on the skin. And so to avoid this, my suggestion would be either already right away choose the right exfoliating acid mask, go just with one of them, or if you have already both of them at home, I want to share with you a frequency guide on how you can work with them so that you're not going to overdo it. But there's so much more to this where I still want to emphasize a few more important points. First of all, you may not really understand that when looking into the peeling solution, the 2% of BHA refers to 2% of salicylic acid. So the 2% of salicylic acid is already included in the peeling solution, which is the same amount of salicylic acid that this mask right here already contains. The major difference is that this one contains a 30% of AHA as well, whereas this one contains charcoal and clay. So the overall formulation is a bit different, but both contain 2% of salicylic acid. So I just want to emphasize that I have prepared everything for you in a PowerPoint as always. You can even download it in the description box down below. But under my example routines, which I will go over in just a moment, you can find a category which is called the skincare product descriptions. And this is where you will find all the products that I have emphasized in my example routines, including a specific description on the peeling solution as well as the salicylic acid mask. So with that peeling solution, it's technically suitable for all skin types as long as you do not have sensitive skin, because the AHAs tend to sting or burn on sensitive skin, so please keep this in mind. And the 30% of AHA stands for alpha hydroxy acids, where it mainly contains glycolic acid, followed by lactic acid, tartaric acid, and citric acid. And then it also contains those 2% of beta hydroxy acid, which is salicylic acid. So overall, it's a great exfoliating acid mask as long as you do not have sensitive skin. Whereas the salicylic acid mask is suitable for normal to oily skin, maybe even if you have acne or blemish prone skin, as it has charcoal and clay in it and a 2% of salicylic acid. So they have their individual formulation, they have their individual benefits, but I do want to point this out that after you have finished up both of them, you may then just want to go with the one that suits you the most, so that it's less complicated in your skincare routine. Now I want to head into the frequency in case you have both exfoliating acid masks at home. Now the confusing part is when reading on the back of the packaging their directions, because you have both of them, because it mentions that you can use it no more than twice per week. So you can use it once or twice per week. Same applies to the salicylic acid mask. So if you have both of them at home, you may think that you can use this one twice per week and the other one twice per week. So in total, you would use an exfoliating acid mask 4 times per week, which can be quite overwhelming for the skin, to be honest. So we want to reduce the frequency and we want to find a nice balance when working with both of them. And so this is now where my example frequency guide comes in handy, and you can already see right here this little image. Both should be used in the evening, so I went with an evening skincare routine that I can highly recommend following if you're working with an exfoliating acid mask. So the setup looks pretty much the same in every slide, so I want to take my time to quickly break it all down. So on the top corner you can see the time of use. In the middle you can see then the frequency, which is going to change once I'm going over it. Below that you have the example routine, and below that the overall general guide of how you would use the individual products. So when it comes to your cleansing step, make sure to work with non-exfoliating acid cleansers. That's the key point. In general, avoid exfoliating acid products when using an exfoliating acid mask. You want to keep it as non-irritating as possible, yet exfoliate the skin with the mask that you have picked. So you want to make sure to work with regular cleansers, maybe an oil or balm cleanser if you're trying to remove your mineral sunscreen, maybe stubborn makeup. You get the point. You want to make sure that you have a freshly washed and clean face. Then you're going to take a towel, remove the excess water from the skin surface and wait between 5 to 10 minutes in between, because your skin needs to be dry before putting on one of the masks. And then you're going to apply the mask to the skin, evenly, thinly all over, avoiding the eye area as well as your mouth area. And then you're going to rinse it off after 10 minutes. Then you're going to pat the skin dry, and then I recommend following with hydration afterwards. So this can be hydrating toner, essence, serum, and then maybe after that follow with a moisturizer of your choice. So you get the point. Avoid exfoliating acids when working already with an exfoliating acid mask. Avoid strong vitamin C products containing ascorbic acid. Avoid retinols. Avoid peptides. So you get the point. Keep it as simple and as hydrating as possible when working with an exfoliating acid mask. And you have the specific guide on how you would use the individual products below. So now that I have broken this down, it's going to stay the same for like every slide that I have prepared for you. I want to keep the focus towards the frequency. So right here, during the first week, you can use the peeling solution once or twice per week, which primarily depends on your frequency and maybe what else you're using already throughout the rest of the week. But you should get the drill. I'm going to keep my main focus just now on the exfoliating acid mask. So if you want to use it once per week, this can be like doing week 1 just on Wednesday or maybe just on Sunday. If you want to use it twice per week, this can be Wednesday and Sunday. You want to make sure that you have a few days in between of a break so that it's not going to irritate your skin. So this would be then the frequency that you can go with when using the peeling solution throughout the first week. As for the second week, so the following week, you can keep the frequency in mind, same frequency, but you're going to exchange the mask. So instead of using a peeling solution, you're going to use the salicylic acid mask. Then again, throughout the third week, you're going back towards the peeling solution. Throughout the fourth week, you're going back to the salicylic acid mask, and so on and so on. So you would alternate between the mask per week, and then you can decide if you want to go with it once per week or twice per week. But you do not use those masks during the same week. You're just going to like change it up every like new week that follows. So this would be one frequency guide on how you can alternate between the ordinary exfoliating acid mask. However, another method would be that you're going to use them throughout the same week, but only once per week. So, for example, the peeling solution, you would use it every Wednesday. Use it no more than once per week. Keep this in mind because you're going to work with both exfoliating acid masks in the same week. So you're going to use the peeling solution every Wednesday, and then there's salicylic acid mask, for example, every Sunday. And that's it. You're just going to exfoliate your skin with the exfoliating acid mask twice. Not 4 times, just twice, so that you're not going to overdo it and you have your days in between. Now, of course, the day on when you're doing your exfoliating acid mask, or basically spa day, so to say, is totally up to you. Wednesday and Sunday are just some examples which I can recommend. Of course, if you prefer another day, go ahead and adjust it. Just make sure that you have your few days of a break in it before using another exfoliating acid mask again. But those would be like the 2 frequency guides that I can recommend on how you can work with them if you have both masks at home. And then what's really important to do throughout the day is really just, I'm going to keep it simple. Again, making sure that you're going to properly wash your face. You can go with your favorite cleanser. This may be an exfoliating acid cleanser. This can be a regular cleanser for your skin type. And then if you have your toner, serum, moisturizer in between, you can go ahead and include this in between. But the most important step is your sunscreen before sun exposure, because you want to make sure to properly protect the skin. Not only because you have already worked with exfoliating acid products in the evening, but in general to protect the skin from the damaging UV rays. And the exfoliating acid mask can make the skin a bit more sensitive towards the sun as well. So you really want to make sure that those are the 2 key points that you're going to do in the morning. And so that's primarily what I wanted to share with you. Below that, you have like the conflicts, what not to use in the same routine, which you can go over again in your own time. I have already emphasized some of the points. Below that, you have the skincare product descriptions. So this is where you can find that information. Below that, you have the overall general skincare tips guide, such as how you can do a patch test. So if you're being new to exfoliating acid masks, you can do a patch test. And then you're going to move on to the sunscreen information, which is the last part in my PowerPoint, including the application as well as removal guide. So there you have everything in the PowerPoint that you need when working with skincare products in general, and that you have the frequency guide in mind when using both exfoliating acid masks. Now I do hope that you enjoyed this frequency guide if you have both of the ordinary exfoliating acid masks at home. And again, don't forget, you will be able to get the entire PowerPoint in the description box down below. There you will find a link. Now, I'm an independent YouTuber. I'm not affiliated with any skincare companies. I buy the products with my own money. I do the work. I set up all the PowerPoints so that I can share that knowledge, so that I can share that guidance with you. So if you want to support that, you will be able to find the super thanks button below this video, or check out the description box. There you will find a PayPal link. And already thank you so much in advance. And if you now want to see the entire application of the individual exfoliating acid mask, I do have this video on my channel as well, and I'm going to leave them at the end of this video so that you can keep on watching. Now don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to give the thumbs up as well as share it, and I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skincaring. Bye.